Yeah, I mean, tough one today. Give credit to Matt and his staff and his team came out and played a really good game. I thought one of the man, it was a big turning point in the game. I mean, I didn't say turning point, but it was early. I mean, it was 3rd and 5 for us on our first drive, and we got Wiggins running free, wide open. We got to connect. That's the bottom line. I'm saying, that was the first drive, but that had a huge significance in this game because now you're up 7-0, and then, you can kind of dictate more of the game with that. And then we come back and we throw the pick, and now we put our defense in a bind on a short field. Our defense did a great job of holding them to a field goal at that point, and you just can't have that offensively. And I think, we battled back in there. We got the touchdown, Shimon, which was good. So now you're right back in it. But then, defensively, we gave up 4th down. We hold them to a field goal, but they fake it and they get a 1st down. We hold them on 3rd down in the red zone, but we hit the quarterback. We get another 1st. I mean, so just shooting ourselves in the foot. And you're playing a good quality team, it's going to be hard to overcome that. And you can't allow those things to happen on those type plays. You call them hidden yardage type plays, where you're not even really lining up to play ball. You're doing some different things with that. So, all those things combined, just didn't give us a chance in the second half. And I thought their coverage there in the 4th quarter, we never got free. Our guys couldn't get open, and struggled to get 1st downs at that point. And so really couldn't get back in the game. But credit to Iowa State and their team. I think they've gotten a lot better and they've grown over the season. Tough team to go beat for making mistakes like we did today.
The mistakes have kind of been the story of every game. What's the recipe to getting that clean?
Yeah, I mean, it's you just got to keep working on them, it's guys doing what their job and what they're supposed to do. We just keep working, keep practicing. I mean, the 75-yard completion, we were in cover 2, so the safety should have been deep over the top. We were not, so I think they ran a double move. We bid on it and got behind us, But I think we just got to do a better job of, communicating of what we need to do and where we need to be. And the guys got to make the plays. I mean, it's like, we talked about that this week and coming into the game. You have to make the play. Just like the 1st, 3rd down, we have to make the throw and the catch. I mean, it's there to be made. And, those games are coming down. You only have a few of those times where guys are going to be free and you got to hit them. We've had it in every game, and, we just got to be able to hit those plays on offense. And then defensively, we have to line up correctly. We have to get to our drops where we're supposed to be. And do what we're supposed to do. But the only way to correct those is continue to work, continue to coach, continue to get better, and not repeat those same mistakes.
Obviously, when the offense struggles, that first guy to get the blame is the quarterback. How much of the blame of the offense struggling are you putting on Emory at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't Emory. I think it was everybody. I mean, some guys up front, let some guys get free today, and so now the quarterback can't just stand there. He's got to move and do some different things. Now they do a good job with their drop 8 coverage and playing the man and getting pressure with 3, and then when you go to move, they got a spy there for the quarterback. And, so we got to block the 3 guys so he can sit there. That happened a couple of times today. Running backs, we couldn't get them loose early, in the game, or really the whole game. I thought the Q run game stuff was good on the edges. I think Emory ran hard and kept us in early in the game. So it's a little bit of everybody. It's not just, the quarterback. If they're playing man-to-man and I'm a receiver, I've got to get open. Somebody's got to win, right? And if they don't win, you have nowhere to throw it. And so that happened several times, particularly in the second half, where the quarterback's back there, he just don't have anywhere to throw it, and you end up throwing it away or scrambling. And so there's everybody's to blame. It's not just one particular position.
Mike and Scott.
Coach, to that point, what changed after the first touchdown drive where it looked like the offense did have some rhythm, but after that it didn't?
Yeah, we did. I think we had one other drive I thought was good. We got a field goal, on that one. We got a holding penalty on the one drive I'm talking about on that particular drive too. But I thought we had some good rhythm on that and got that. It was the thing that I thought that really hurt us is that in our running game, we couldn't keep it on track. And so now you're staying within the sticks. And then when you get in third and long situations, their defense, what they were playing, we didn't have any success against it because it was the man coverage, it was drop 8. Now so I think it really happens in the early downs. I think the first and second downs, if you miss hit on one, and now you're 2nd and 10, and it made it a lot more difficult to be able to get those plays. But I think probably 3 drives today where we felt like we were in rhythm and we were hitting some plays. Maybe, and that was it. It wasn't many. And I think, credit their defense. If you go back historically and look at their defense, they do an outstanding job with that. You don't want to play behind from these guys. You play behind, now you're playing into their hands, and they can do a lot of things on that side of the ball defensively to keep you from, scoring. And, that's what happened with us. And that's why I say that first drive was very critical not to hit that touchdown there to, get us on top and have that momentum.
You knew that secondary was good. Were they that good to take Xavier completely out of the game?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things they did differently was today, no matter what coverage they were playing, they were pressing on the outside. So now you're keeping him from getting started right off the bat. I thought they did a good job with that. And then they always pretty much all day had a safety over top of him. And so now you got a guy underneath and a guy on top that makes it a lot more difficult to get him the ball. And I thought, so Braden and Shimon and some of these other guys, you're trying to work a little bit more with them, trying to get them the ball there. And, we just wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough to get open and make those throws and get those completions.
I know you just went into their secondary play just a little bit there, but before this game, including non-conference play, they were letting up around 215 passing yards per game, and you guys weren't able to crack 100.
Yeah.
What was it that was so different that you guys weren't able to be a little more effective?
Well, the first third down, if we hit that's 50 yards. I mean, you got to hit some of those plays down the field. I mean, every offense is going to, including them, every offense is going to hit today. Iowa State, they're going to hit you're going to hit some 5-yarders, some 8-yarders. But you got to hit the 75-yarder. We didn't hit that today, and we had it on the first drive. You're only going to get 1, maybe 2 opportunities in a game usually to hit some of those balls when they're there, and you got to make them pay. You got to make them pay, and we were not able to do that. And in the second half, they started playing a little bit more of the defense that I'm talking about, where it's man and the 2 deep, and so there's nothing back there. So you're not going to be able to hit those balls and be able to get those chunk plays to get those yardage like you're talking about. To be able to throw over 200 yards, and they did a good job with it. It was just kind of snowballed on us and didn't help us in the second half.
About 20 minutes ago, Sammy Anderson tweeted out publicly saying, "Man, free me. This medical staff have a lot to do with it." Following up, he said, "Crazy thing is, I'm not even hurt. Haven't been hurt since week 1. What's going on with him right now?"
It's not in my hands. It's in our medical staff. So I really can't make any comment on that. He's frustrated, but it's out of our hands.
Coach, 4-game losing streak. How much do you lean on your experience in the locker room to keep those guys together?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's just told the guys just then, when you're going through something like this, you really find out what you're made of, and you find out as an individual what you're made of and as a team. And I told them we got a lot of ball left. We're sitting here at the halfway point. You got an opportunity to go out here and continue to compete, and to keep getting better and keep working. How much pride do you have? All those things, and that's what you lean on. And I think we got the guys in that room that will do that. I think they'll come back tomorrow. I think they'll come back to work. It's real easy to get down. It's really to get down on yourself. We can't look at anything outside. We can't look at our record. We have to look at, all right, how can we get better today? And having been through some of this over my career, that's all you can do. And then when you come out on the other side and you start clicking off some wins, you have a better appreciation for the wins and an appreciation of how you got there. You just can't show up against these teams we're playing, in the Big 12. They got some outstanding teams, outstanding coaches. In this day and age in college football, we're seeing that now. I mean, last night was it 29-0 at halftime. In the Colorado game, they didn't win. You have to continue to play every single play, the whole game until it's over. And that's the way practice has to be too. And so we got to continue to work. We got to continue to get better and find ways to do that. And it takes everybody. It's not just, one coach here or there. It's not just one player. It's collectively everybody in the building. That's where we're at.
You mentioned a couple minutes ago on the touchdown play to Shaman. That was a play John Williams lined up outside in the slot again. Something you have been comfortable doing quite a few times this season. Could you just walk us through that play design and how that all played out?
Yeah. It was a tempo play. So, the first play we were in empty, Q draw, and then we're just sprinting to it really quickly, put the tight end at the tackle position and put him outside. And you're hoping to try to get the, eye discipline of the defense, and it worked. They went out and covered the 3 people out there, even though he's ineligible. And then Shaman's at the left tackle position and just released vertically, and good throw and catch and good design play. And it was a big drive for us to go get that one.
From the outside looking in, it didn't look like a team that played with a lot of fire today. Is that something you saw or indicated, or is it that just?
I didn't think that looking at it, but I mean, we'll go back and watch the film and see. I thought, I think we just too many mistakes. I mean, I think maybe if anything, after you keep making a few, then you start hanging your head a little bit, which we don't want to do. We want to keep playing the next play and keep playing. And the only time I maybe sensed it a little bit there at the end in the last 5 minutes, but I think. The mistakes just continued to compile on us, and ended up the way it was there in the fourth quarter.
3rd and goal from the 14, the tight end gets free. Was that communication or what happened there?
Just covering the wrong guy. We were covering the 3rd receiver that was over here and should have been covering him. So that's what that was.
Ryan, final question.
It seems like you guys have gotten good pressure up front, but you're maybe missing a speed guy. Is that something that you're noticing as well in terms of actually getting to the quarterback?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, we're getting good push, and getting back there, but it takes, you got to have a little bit more of the speed to be able to get to the quarterback, because you may be there, but you're going to be there a little bit late. The ball's going to be gone. And it may be taking one more step, and if you got a few more of those guys that have the jets right there to be able to get to it, then you're going to get more pressure, more sacks. But I think our D line's doing a good job of getting pressure and getting a good push, and I think more help with at the linebackers. If we are bringing some of those guys, would probably help us get a little bit more push to the quarterback, and using some of that more speed with the linebacker unit to be able to do that.
Thank you.
All right.